Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name is Beth, and if you're new, welcome. Behind me I have a quilt made with small tumblers. I have a little template right here that I used to cut out the fabric, and I was asked recently if you can make a tumbler quilt without a plastic template. I'm going to talk about that today. Let's get started. Here I have my little practice piece on cardboard, and I'll show you what I did. I have a 6-inch square template. You could just draw a 6-inch square with a regular ruler, and I'm going to work on the corner here. I'll just have I found the middle, but I really don't need to know the middle for what I'm going to do right here. I just need to make sure that both sides are equal. So I'm going to measure 1.25 inches away from each edge and give myself a little mark with my pen. And then I need a little bit longer ruler to draw a line to make that angle for the tumbler. I'm going to begin at 1.5 inches away from each side, and then I'm going to draw a line from that little mark down to the bottom corner on both sides. And I'm just putting a 6 there so I remember it is 6 inches square and it's 6 inches tall. So I'm going to draw my line on both sides, and then I'll be cutting this larger tumbler block out with some scissors, some paper scissors. Your angle on your tumbler does not need to be the same angle as mine. I put 1.5 inches away from the edge. This time I'm going to show you, I'm just going to change it just a little bit. I think this is just preference as to the angle of your tumbler. This time I'll give myself a mark at 2 inches, and I'll make a different tumbler. So as long as you're using the same size tumbler with the same angle for all of your blocks, they should fit together perfectly. So try out a few different angles on your square and see which one you prefer. And you don't have to have a 6-inch square. I've seen them go all the way up to 10 inches. It could be any size square. Maybe you have a stack of 5-inch squares. Draw yourself a 5-inch square on some cardboard and play around with the angle. As long as you use the same template for all of your tumblers, it'll work out fine. So I'm going to use the one that I made first, and I'm going to use my cardboard as my guide here. It's pretty thick cardboard, but you can also use a ruler, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Now, I did not need to turn my fabric around. I wasn't thinking. I should have just turned that little template around, and I'm cutting on a 6-inch wide piece of fabric because my tumbler is 6 inches tall. So I'm going to keep cutting some fabric. Here's a pink strip, 6-inch strip to go along with my tumbler, and this time I'm going to put my ruler down just to show you that if your cardboard is not quite thick enough, just lay your ruler right on top and follow that angle and cut your pieces out. I have another video on making a tumbler quilt. I'll leave the description below, and I'm going to keep cutting out some pretty tumbler pieces with this new template I made, a homemade template. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.